I don't give out any practices because I don't claim to know what's best for anyone. I don't know what's best for you. I'm not saying that there is no practice. Of course, within the world, within the dream world, there are millions of practices, and of course, to say, one of these phrases that you hear in Advaita is, there is no practice. But so easily that can just become another practice. The individual hears this idea that there is no practice, and they go, right, okay, that's the truth. There is no practice, and so that so easily becomes a rejection of practice. I'm not saying give up practicing, because that will happen or not. Practicing will happen or not, and you'll find yourself doing a practice or not. And who am I to tell you what to do? But and of course, this life itself cannot be practiced because life is already life. It's not trying to get anywhere. It's not trying to become anything. It's being itself perfectly. It's appearing as everything. So right now, life or oneness or whatever word you want to use, it's appearing as this. It's like it plays this incredible game of dressing up. It's like so right now it dresses up as this room and the camera and lights and this chair and the carpet and legs and hands and this voice. This is oneness playing. This is oneness appearing as a world, and ultimately, of course, it's not really appearing as a world because it is the world. It's not oneness actually. It's not oneness appearing as anything. It is everything that appears, as it appears. And that can't be practiced. So the moment you move into practice, you've already moved into a separate person trying to do something. And that's fine. This isn't a rejection of that. That happens. That's the game. That the individual does something to get somewhere, And everything has its place in this. Everything. Because this is everything, And how could it ever reject a part of itself? How could it ever reject a part of itself? Because it is everything. So, and within that dream, the person is always met with their own reflection. So, your world is a perfect reflection of you. So as long as there's a student here, you could say, as long as there's someone here looking for answers within your dream, within the world, teachers appear who will teach you, who will give you answers to your questions. Mm-hmm. As long as there is a need here to practice, within your dream, the teachers appear. Mm-hmm. The teachers of practices appear, and they meet you where you are. So the possibility that I'm sharing, it's life without the rule book, without the authority, without anyone there in your dream telling you how to live. Because this doesn't need to be told how to live. This is already living perfectly. It's already being itself perfectly. And when there's no longer here any need for practice, the practices disappear, the teachers disappear. And what you're left with is just life. There's only life happening. And so there certainly isn't a rejection of practice, because that's sometimes how it can sound. Mm-hmm. But as I said, how could it ever reject a part of itself? And who am I to tell any other human being what to do? I often say to people, look, I'm not here to tell you how to live. And so a lot of people will say, well then, Jeff, your message is useless. If you're not telling me what to do, then it's useless. And what you're saying is useless. Maybe, mm-hmm. To the mind anyway, it wants something to do, and that's fascinating.